Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the NWH podcast. And tripped up in my words there. I'm just too excited. We have football on right now on NFL Network. We got two games tonight, one that's already underway. We still got plenty to talk about, though. Preseason's about to start. We'll take a look at some of those games. We had the first episode of Hard Knocks drop this week. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. We have some rookie debuts this weekend that we're all very excited about. So, I guess let's just get into it. I mean, to start the week, I feel like it was really cool to have on HBO. I think so. I was trying to think when the last time I watched Hard Knocks was, or if I ever watched it. And the only season I watched it was when Antonio Brown went to the Raiders, and they did it that year.
Yeah.
And none of the other seasons have really drawn me in, but the Jets and like Rodgers definitely. I'm like, I want to see what's going on there. Like, so I know me and Ben watched it. Ben, what'd you think of Three Frill? Ben, what'd you think of the show?
I enjoyed it. I've never watched any of Hard Knocks before. I thought about watching the Lions last year, but I didn't. And then, yeah, I think it's fun having Rodgers and being a big market in New York. It makes it so much more exciting.
I mean, they're just going through an entire shift as a franchise, so
Yeah.
it makes sense for them to be the ones that they chose. I only watched the first episode of Detroit last year. I didn't even keep up with it, but I know they did the in-season one for Arizona last year, so it'd be interesting to see if they like pick another team to do an in-season Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to kind of run through like what I kind of saw and like was like, all right, this is like cool. The first thing I noticed when they went to the Jets training facility, I'm like, that's the door where the guy couldn't get in.
Jamal Adams, yeah.
Yeah, like that's when he was scanning. I'm like, that's that door. Like that was the meme of Leo, like, hey, like pointing at the screen. I'm like, that's the door. And that was funny. Another revelation I had watching it, when people say rooms, I didn't know there was genuine rooms where they would like talk with the coach. And they started showing that and they're like, yeah, this is like I think it was the running back room or the wide receiver room or something. And I'm like, dude, like they actually sit in a room. So like, when you're saying you got a good running back room, I'm thinking, well, the Titans, like we got some good guys. Like our room there must be some good ideas flowing through there. That was kind of funny behind the scenes stuff. But I think the best football part for me was the no-look passes. Rodgers doing these no-look passes, and they're like, oh, another guy who's good at the no-look passes is Zach Wilson. And they start trying to show these clips like, oh, he's next up. He could do it too. And it's like, all right, you can sell us on Rodgers, but none of this propaganda can sell us on Wilson.
So he was doing no looks and it just looked like nowhere near Rodgers, like the way it comes out of his hands. And
yeah, I mean, it was so like, come on, it was almost like they were like teasing him. They were like, come on, Zach, like go throw a no look pass. Like, Bob Sala's like, oh man, did you see that out there? Like Zach looked pretty good too. But I think I mean, people want to hate on Zach Wilson, but it's definitely good for him to have Rodgers come into that place and be the starting quarterback right now.
I think it's good for him, but I mean, there's only so much you can do to become an elite player at the NFL level. He's got a big arm. I mean, we saw that in the Hall of Fame game. Rodgers dialed up that play to just throw that shot, like, what was it, like 40 or 50 yards? Yeah. So, like, he's good at that, but, I mean, he looked completely lost when he was playing anytime he played last year. So, I don't know.
I mean, do any of you guys, do you guys think that we could seriously see Zach Wilson having like an actual role within an organization, or is he going to make his money being like a career like backup?
I think he's going to have a shot after Rodgers is done.
I could see that too, but like the Jets will probably go like 8-9 or 7-10. I'm like, yeah, this is probably not the long-term answer. I'd be shocked if like him sitting behind Rodgers just developed him into the next star up. And like the star that he was promised to all of us during the combine that was 21. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of sold on him. Like you already know what you're getting at this point.
Yeah, I feel that. I think also it was cool to like, I've never seen any sort of interview from Garrett Wilson or anything. And like the first time they show him on screen, like you could just feel like the youthful energy of so many of these guys on the Jets, like when they're out there and working and stuff. And like I was like, that's Garrett Wilson. Like I didn't think that's what he would be like, but they definitely got a good energy. Like the handshake where they do like
Yeah,
triangle, they smoke, and then they were putting it out on dude's arm. Like that was really
pretty. Yeah, that
funny.
is fire.
The
Did you ever,
Rodgers,
is that him with Wilson?
no, that was him and Ahmad Gardner.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask how are the sauce segments on there, dude? I'm actually a sauce sauce truther.
He graduated from school actually.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
from
that's right.
Cincinnati.
That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think the funniest part is like when he went to get his diploma, he like dapped the guy up after it. He goes, appreciate you, bro.
No, I read a piece about him in Sports Illustrated, just like an article or whatever, dude, and it's pretty good come up. Dude's like coming out of like trenches of Detroit and like just trying to stay away from all that. He said he never like really drank or smoked, coming up, and even once he like got to college and got to the NFL. So I mean, he seems like a really good guy, and I don't know. A lot of people like to say that he uses pass interference to his advantage, which might be true in some cases. I mean, but like, what corner doesn't in the NFL? Especially if you're trying to guard all these guys. I mean, but I feel like his track record backs him up. He had to go against like Andrews, Jamar Chase. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they played the Vikings, so he had to guard Jefferson. And like all his stats were good on that, low completion percentage and low yards given up. So I don't know. I really like Sauce a lot.
Tariq Woolen should have been defensive rookie of the year, though.
Dude, I don't know. Asante Samuel was tweaking on that. I mean, I don't know.
Legion of Boom too.
Tariq Woolen, bro, interceptions like just as good as Sauce.
Dude, the Seahawks have the funniest secondary because they have Tariq Woolen, but then they have Kobe Bryant. Then I'm pretty sure they have Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they do.
I'm pretty sure they have Chris Brown too.
No, you're lying.
I swear. I don't know about
I didn't know they had Chris Brown. Yeah, I didn't know they had that Chris Brown.
I don't know if he's in their secondary, but I feel like he's on their team. But I know they have a Michael Jackson and a Kobe Bryant in their secondary.
I can't wait till Kobe switches
I think it's
to
Mike
number
Jackson,
24.
right? Isn't it like
it's Mike Jackson, not Michael, but like still.
I'm looking in their
the roster, their depth chart.
Yeah, we got Reek Woolen. Did he change his name?
Just Reek?
He's listed as Reek Woolen on Seahawks.com.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Wait, I gotta Google it.
Dude, but moving on to like preseason games, Pats and Texans started right now. Texans are like blowing out the Pats, but this is like the point in the game where it's like that's the thing. Like none of these scores really matter. It's just how does your starter look in his first drive? And Stroud looked pretty bad, dude. He was like 2 for 4. He had a pretty awful pick. I'm not writing dude off at all. But, I feel like with a lot of more consistent starters when we see them in the preseason, they're maybe not lighting it up, but, they're holding their own out there. Stroud, 2 for 4, sack, 13 yards, 1 pick. Again, it seems like he had 1 drive, so not to condemn him at all. I mean, he still has 2 more games of preseason, but
yeah, I was watching the first half. I didn't see as much of him. I think I saw him get sacked. I mean, he was just getting pressured a lot. I mean, the line wasn't really doing much to help him, I don't think. But I think the good thing was after Stroud went out and the experienced Davis Mills came in, their 3rd round pick. What's his name? Tank
Dell, yeah.
He had like 60 yards or something off of like 5 catches immediately after. So it's like, all right, maybe they get something working out of Stroud's ass right now. At least it's like, hey, we might have some weapons, some guys that can help. But I think what was more interesting was the Patriots side of the ball. They tried running it. They're getting stuffed. The only thing that worked was Bailey Zappi passing the ball through the air. He has like all of their offensive yards the last time I checked.
Dude, and like even when they see again, it's preseason, but you see your guys getting stuffed over and over again. Like is it still Damian Harris and Ramondre? Or did they
Damian Harris is a bill?
They have a guy, was it Chris Harris?
Yeah, Chris Harris was playing, but they didn't play any starters today.
But when something
It was
like
all
this,
rookies or
but when
whatever.
something like that happens, I'm thinking like Galvin or Zeke, bro. Like get an experience.
They're
back.
getting Zeke.
Yeah. I mean Zeke,
sure.
dude, Zeke going out to dinner with Mac Jones and then like sitting on the same side.
That was so
They're
weird.
sitting on the same side and there's nobody on the other side. Like what is going on?
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm like a long time ago. This might have been my freshman year of high school during parent-teacher conferences. My biology teacher. When you sit at the table, he had the seats like on sides next to each other, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like why is it set up like that? And apparently when you sit across from each other, it's like more confrontational on like a negative level as opposed to like the comfort and intimacy of sitting next to someone or like not looking like face to face, like, you know. So I can see maybe from like a friend standpoint, he just wanted to sit next to his buddy. I'll give him, I'm not going to judge him on that.
Nah, I get you. But I actually do. I mean, with all that considered, like Zeke's a lock to go there, dude.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely going there if he sat next to Mac. That's pretty. I mean, I did
going out to
say
dinner and just like, yeah.
If you're sitting next to your boy like that, I mean, I personally don't do that. Although I'm not saying I condemn him for it. I don't. But
Yeah,
I mean, that would be a big one for them. I think Mac had a bad sophomore season, but it wasn't even as bad as we like to make it out to be. He missed some of the season as well. Like, you know, they
Yeah.
also had an offensive coordinator last year who was formerly their defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia. It's like, what the hell are you doing? You know, like
dude,
now
like
they
converting dude to defense from
yeah,
defensive.
well, he
coordinator.
knows defense. Surely he could figure out an offense. No, like
Dude, and his
that's
defense
not
was
what
horrible.
happened last year. Yeah, exactly. Like we remember when he went to try to go be a head coach. Like
Detroit,
no, he
dude, that
needs
was
to-
the worst years in Detroit. Well, actually, there's been a lot of worse years in Detroit, but that
And
was
it used
some
to
of the
be
worst.
like
years.
normal in the NFL for a QB to have a sophomore slump.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
so that's why I never thought it was a big deal.
Yeah,
I think there's just a thing when you're playing for the Patriots. I mean, they just had so many years of greatness. It's like they want to still be at that level and be able to be at playoff games and be in these moments. And like Mac Jones just, I think also it's different when you think about his historical Alabama career. Like he came in looking like very NFL ready, like had a great freshman or not rookie season, looked good. And then I think what even made it worse, and the guy who went, was it 12 for 14? Yeah, 12 for 14 passing tonight. Bailey Zappi, except for when the Bears played the Patriots, like he looked fine.
yeah.
And it was like, all right, he might be just as capable as Max. So it's just a weird situation there. And you're also sitting at 500, like you want to be able to take the next step. So I think that's where it comes in with like bringing in a guy like Zeke, like getting some good veterans in there. Because I don't even think they have any vets like wide receivers.
No, the receiving core is like
it's one of the worst in the league, if not the worst.
Parker, isn't he the wide
Devontae
receiver
Parker, Juju. I don't even know who else. Tyquan Thornton.
They drafted Kaishan Boot.
Yeah,
Kaishan
but I'm
Bowie.
pretty sure like he's been horrible in camp. Like
I saw him like.
I think he might get cut.
No, he probably will. They were saying like he's just like so low effort and not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's disappointing. But yeah, I don't know, dude. The Pats. Who's their offensive coordinator now? Oh, it's
O'Brien.
Is it Bryant? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like he was cooking in Houston. I mean, which isn't like.
Yeah.
Which is kind of.
And he was cooking in Alabama.
The Texans just scored again to go up 20-3. I mean, it's just a bunch of practice squad guys in. So
at this point, yeah.
Much from this, I mean, it wasn't even really much going on when the Pats were.
Well, I will say, like Davis Mills. I mean, if you look at his stat line, it's just a lot more polished than. Again,
I mean, it's a guy who's playing in the NFL. Yeah. It's his first time in an NFL uniform and everything. But I mean, we got all the preseason games this weekend. I mean, out of all the rookie QBs, I mean, Stroud already had his debut. So, I mean, I don't think that one's going to be the best. But out of the other guys like Young, Levis, and Richardson, who are y'all looking forward to the most?
Young for sure.
I mean, Young for sure, but like I'm looking forward to Richardson. Actually, all of them, dude. Like I was like, because you know what you're getting with Bryce Young. I feel like great passer. It's just like the only thing that's like tripping some people up. I mean, he still went first overall, but is his frame. Stroud, I really liked him, but like Levis and Richardson, a lot of people were like, "Yo, these dudes are they're terrible. They did nothing in college." And usually if you're going to be great in the NFL, you're going to dominate college. Cam Newton's taken Auburn to win a national championship. When's the last time Auburn's even been close? Wilson had Wisconsin looking good, and same with Kirk in Michigan. Like, there's all these examples of like quality NFL starters, today that did good in college. But these guys, they struggled. So how are they going to do good in the NFL? I just like them getting into those systems. You put Richardson in Colts system. I don't even know if Taylor's going to be playing, but I mean, it's camp, but they're saying there's a lot of good things from him in camp. And then same thing with Levis. I mean, he's going there in Tennessee where I feel like they have their established thing. I mean, he's not going to see the field that much this year. I mean, clearly Tannehill is the guy.
I think he's their third string too. Like, that's the thing. Apparently Malik has gotten better. So I'm actually more interested to see Malik Willis in preseason than Levis.
Dude, Bears and Titans this Saturday.
Okay. See, that's an interesting situation because it's genuinely competitive for like when Tannehill goes down for 2 to 3 games this season, who are we putting in? And like, I don't know. They can say what they want about camp, and I don't like to judge my own team's clips too much because I'll judge other teams' clips and have an overreaction or whatnot. But like, I'm not gonna take these practice squad clips of Malik Willis seriously, or these like off-season clips, because I've seen what he's done in games when he's been thrown in, and we couldn't throw a pass.
Yeah.
Like,
you also had
it was
no
so
wide receiver.
frustrating. It was so frustrating. Yeah, I mean, we're just like we'd be riddled with injuries and whatnot. I mean, I'm so excited to see DeAndre Hopkins on the field. I don't know when that'll be. It'll probably be a few weeks from now, but like, man, hopefully it'll be good.
No, that's another thing is like if Levis were to come in, he has D Hop and Henry to work with. I don't know how you guys' O line is.
Yeah,
but
we're just gonna hope for the best this year. Honestly,
yeah.
O line. We
You got Skaronski.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, that's huge.
But I mean, hopefully, I think we lost our center, right?
No, you guys kind of lucked out getting, like, being able to get Skaronski. For the interior. Yeah, you guys lost Ben Jones.
Yeah, we did lose.
I want the Bears to get him because right now, like, Whitehair just switched from guard to center, and he's like rolling because he was a Pro Bowl center in 2018. So it's 5 years ago. But he's like rolling over snaps or whatever. So I'm like, maybe we can just bring in an actual center who's like trained at the position. I don't know. But yeah, no, you guys lucked out being able to get Skaronski and then draft a quarterback, like even if he's not the answer long term, dude. That was like a pretty good pick because second round.
I think if we did take Levis first round, it's like I would still be mad about it. Like, I'd still be like, dude, like we wouldn't even have had to have taken him like for so long. Like we could have taken anyone else. And honestly, I'm glad we got Skaronski. He's a massive guy, seems disciplined. Northwestern just had like a whole scandal with like hazing and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think he was, or there's like no reports of him being like tied to hazing anybody. And I doubt he would get hazed.
Hopefully, if he knew he was going to the NFL, he would keep his sheet clean because they'd be like, you should not mess up your money. You're one of the biggest men in the nation.
Yeah, you're going to get paid once you get drafted. Yeah.
So I guess with Will Levis, like if he did have to come in, he has certain pieces. What about for like Richardson and Young and like Stroud? Like they're all day one starters, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I don't know about Stroud, dude.
That's what I was just about to say. Like they could run with Mills if they're still
for a while. Yeah.
Mode. Like you tank for like 8 games and then Stroud is going to take over. Now we'll see what he can do. I think like he has the least weapons. It feels like. Because I think, is Taylor's still not come to camp, right? Like,
wait, who? Richardson has the least weapons?
No, I would say that Stroud does. Like, Young.
Stroud's got 2 really good running backs. John Mechie, who like just recovered from cancer. Yeah.
He's not established NFL player.
They have Robert Woods from the Titans.
Oh, Nico Collins, bro.
Yeah, but they have Damian Pierce and Singletary, so like
Dalton Schultz.
They got Devin Singletary?
Yeah.
They got Laramie Tunsil on that line. Like he's got something decent to work with. Richardson though, like Taylor.
That line's questionable.
that line's questionable. It doesn't seem like he's interested in playing.
Michael
Taylor
Pittman's
doesn't
a
seem
very
like
good player in my opinion.
I like him. I think he's very like boomer bust, but like he had Matt Ryan and Sam Ellinger throwing to him last year. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Ellinger, the Texas quarterback who like people were trying to convince us like,
he's the next guy.
and I honestly he
He didn't look too
more,
bad.
but he did more hurt to his own career than anything, I think, by being thrown in there. So
I didn't think he looked too bad whenever he was playing whenever he came in for Indianapolis, because they had that game against the Commanders where they were going. I think he was doing pretty good. I mean, it was like he played for a quarter or something like that. I don't even remember, but
well, I guess we're talking about the quarterback so much. Another position that was drafted a lot this year in the first round, I feel like too, was the wide receivers. Who do you guys think is going to be like the biggest like difference maker right away? Like going to come into the game and like actually change it?
Quentin Johnson. I was gonna say Njigba. So like, all right, this is weird. You just asked who's gonna be the biggest difference maker. So it might be Njigba just because he's gonna be a slot guy. I see him being the Seahawks Cooper Cup, which for Gino, with having Lockett and DK, dude, like
ASN.
dude could actually go for 5,000 this year if Pete Carroll and him really want to. But Quentin Johnston for Herbert, dude, like all I see is the bombs in camp. Gonna keep going back to camp, but like that dude has serious speed. And a lot of people were like, oh, he catches with his body, like more than his hands. Like he'll, wait for the ball to get right here. But I mean, seems like he has great hands, dude. Herbert has a cannon, so it could be like Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, where he's like, F it, Hill is down there somewhere. You're like, F it, Quentin Johnston's down there somewhere. And he's gonna be able to climb up the ladder and get it. So I'm excited for Johnson.
I think JSN or Zay Flowers gonna make the biggest difference right away.
Dude, maybe Addison too, unfortunately.
I was gonna say my pick would be Jordan Addison because I feel like you already have so much attention on Jefferson, and then if you can develop Jordan Addison into this other beast on the other side of the field, or you like line them up next to each other, like the defense is like, dude, like what do we do here? Like
Dude,
what?
And Osborne's solid, and he got Hawk. So
Yeah, it's a good offense.
They don't seem too worried about who's going to be running the ball because I think they'll just be relying on passing it most of the time. Like be on their 2022 Bucks where Brady's throwing 50 passes a game.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see some of these guys play this weekend. Also like for the running backs, who do you guys have as like a early pick for like best rookie running back this coming year?
It's got to be
Spears.
It's got to be Robinson.
Damn, I was gonna say Jahmyr Gibbs. I feel like,
oh, dude, yeah.
I feel like just the Lions style of play, and just he don't even have to get into the end zone. Just get down the field. That's all they need you to do. They'll put in someone else to go steal your touchdowns in the red zone. Don't worry about that.
Just get us down.
Go down the field. But why Tajay Spears?
Just nasty, and I think behind Henry, like Henry's getting older, and like I think Henry will continue to be Henry unless he gets injured. But like I think Spears, when he gets in there, he'll just be dominant too.
How contingent do you think Spears being good or not is on if we re-sign Henry or extend him?
I don't think that's a problem for right now, so I don't think like they're thinking about it that much.
I've heard rumblings, man. I've heard rumblings that
running back market is.
Yeah, I've heard rumblings that when it's all said and done, if he wants money, we're sorry, Mr. King.
Yeah,
we're sorry, Mr. King. Thanks for all the good news.
Here's the 7-minute Twitter tribute.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy we've gotten to that point in the market where like, I support guys holding out because they're gonna run you and you're gonna get killed and you should get your money. So.
Dude, like look at Le'Veon. Like Le'Veon and Zeke, dude. Because who is Le'Veon now? Like, what's Le'Veon doing?
He calls out like Jake Paul and stuff now, right?
Like,
yeah, right. Like I swear, I just saw him.
Dude, the Jets paid him a bag.
Beat him up.
Jets paid him a bag in like what 2017, 2018. Dude, they won like 5. They were winning 5 games a year.
They did pay him a bag. Well, he didn't even like make it through that year, right? Like
Made it
No.
1 year, I think. They were
Dude.
horrible.
And then he went
wasn't
to I
good.
think he went to KC, but like, dude,
Yeah,
if
he
you're not
signed with the Ravens and then Kansas City.
if you're not putting up numbers in those offenses, like you're cooked.
Did he get a Super Bowl ring?
Nah, I think he lost to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Or maybe he lost to the Bengals.
Okay, so he actually said that he would beat Logan Paul.
He
Dude.
fought someone.
Okay, he is only 31 years old.
And he's already out of the league. How old is Henry? But here's the thing, Henry is Henry. Like,
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell never put up what Henry did.
but like once Henry loses that breakaway speed, like even
I mean,
just a little
I feel
bit
like
of it.
the new strat is gonna be like, who is the best running back coming in that we can like draft right now, and then like once you get your use out of him, it's like, you know, like think about like a guy like Swift, like the Lions were like, we don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah.
So Howie was like, all right, well, like that's fine, we'll take him. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's just becoming the most expendable position. Also, when you have certain guys like Hurts, Fields, Lamar, like you don't need as good of running backs sometimes. Like you just need a room. You just need a few guys to help carry the ball.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need like a lead run. I feel like also that's just the way the game's developed over time. Like, you know, it used to be all on the ground and now it's just all in the air where like everyone was setting records the past 20 years, like every year, just new passing record and everything. Like Mahomes passing yard records, MVP. Like it's like the shit they're doing now is like so crazy where it's like if you want to get paid max contract money to be a running back, like they just don't think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Because the production is going to be there no matter what, if it's with cheaper guys or just through the air with the quarterback you're paying 50 mil to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think in the coming years for running backs, like the first few years of your career are just going to be so pivotal.
Isaiah Pacheco.
I think especially, and I know, I mean, obviously it's sports and it's all about football, but I think like building a brand is just so important. Like for example, Sauce Gardner,
Yeah.
we're already going to remember him like well past when he's retired because his name is Sauce and he just like, you know, he's like he'll pops up in places. He's good at presenting himself and like making sure he gets attention. Like, you know, a lot of these NFL guys we don't even hear from. So it's like if you're a team, it's like you're not going to sell jerseys. No one cares. Like, why would we give you that money?
Right.
I don't know. Just food for thought about running back. It's a dangerous time for them.
I think guys like Robinson and Gibbs will pretty much reset the running back market because like imagine if Robinson hits the market in like 4 years, he'll only be like I don't even know how old he is now. I'm assuming like 21, 22. He's still 26 and this dude is going to have breakaway speed. He's going to be able to run routes and, you know, just be a traditional running back. I think that's like a lot that's just pretty valuable versus Dalvin Cook. I mean, Cook can run routes and catch passes, but you know, he's getting older. So more traditional running back guy.
I guess let's do a little team talk. Gabe, the Bears had a signing. I think you wanted to talk a little bit about.
Yeah, dude. We brought over Yannick Ngakoue to be pretty much our like. I mean, you get 2 starting defensive ends, but like he's the guy off the edge, and I mean he puts up good production. You know, 7-8 sacks a year. But I want to talk about like just him pairing with the interior defensive line. Every time I hear anything positive out of camp, like on both sides of the ball from the Bears, like Fields makes a nice throw, Moore is just cooking everybody. It's like he's going against the worst defense in the league. It's like, all right, in camp, I'm like, all right, that's fine. Or they'll talk about how like Jervon Dexter, Andrew Billings, Justin Jones, a couple of the other like interior defensive linemen that they added to the team or like are retaining from last year. They're just like getting into the backfield so fast or batting down passes, you know, disrupting plays. Like, oh, well, it's against the worst offensive line. No, I think these guys are actually going to make Yannick Ngakoue have like above average production this year. I think we see him get like 10 plus sacks at least. So I really liked signing, and I believe it was only for 1 year for I think it was 20 mil. And I mean,
and he wanted like multiple years. So
no, he wanted multiple years. Like he had all these
makes you
conditions.
wonder.
Yeah.
So is it a prove it or like we're using you for a year?
I'd say
both.
I think both. Yeah, because he's not. I don't even think he's hit 30 yet. I'm pretty sure. I looked that up real quick.
I
But
think he
either,
looked at his market and knew he wasn't going to get a multiple year deal. Chicago was the best money.
yeah, no, he's 28, so I think it is a prove it deal, or thanks, and we'll just
Like you're taking a veteran minimum every year the rest of your career.
yeah. But like he's 28, so I think there's still upsides to his production. I mean, these days people want to write you off when you're 30, but like if you're on the D line, that's just funny to me. Like you're just still gonna be a dog, and you're actually gonna still be getting stronger.
I feel like when it comes to defenders, an older guy sometimes just carries so much more weight than like an older offensive guy might carry. Like when you're like inside linebacker, some like 30-something-year-old who's like a tenured guy in the league and is gonna like yell at you and whip you into shape. Like I feel like that's super essential to like the makeup of a team. As
Yeah,
opposed to like maybe just an older wide receiver who's there to like, give pointers and stuff. Like these on-field leaders. So I feel like it's good for like a younger Bears team to like have something like that, especially
yeah.
inside.
Some guy who's like actually been consistently in the NFL. People are
Yeah.
knocking him for like being on 5 teams in like 5 years or something. He's starting on all those teams.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean
like
that's the
he's
job
just
he's had every year.
and he's getting. I mean, he's doing his job. He's getting his sacks, but no, I think this will be a good year for him. Like more above average. Right now they're supposedly talking about signing I forget his first name, but Rinzer. He recently got.
Yeah, I saw that
Was
he
it-
liked a
was it-
tweet or something, right?
Yeah, he liked to tweet about team telling Ryan or his fan telling Ryan Poles to sign him because right now our interior offensive line just been getting blown up for the past like week of camp, maybe week 2 weeks, pretty much ever since they've had pads on. The D line is like had our offensive line in the mixer. Um,
How's the
our
Rook looking?
dude, he's looking pretty good. It's not like this dude is. I won't say he's going to be like all pro or like have a Quentin Nelson type season, but he's not looking awful and he's not looking mid. I think he's doing pretty good, especially just being a rookie. Braxton Jones, it seems like he's going to take another step into being a starting left tackle. Right now, it's just the interior, like the center. I mean, you got guys rolling over the snap or rolling it back, just throwing it up a little too high. And then the guards, I mean, Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis. Dude, Nate Davis has not practiced in pads once this entire camp. Tevin Jenkins is like walking off with the trainer, it seems like every other day. So that's why like having Rinzer and I want them to get Ben Jones. It's
Get
like,
some
yeah,
depth there.
yeah, get some depth there, get some guys who actually will know how to snap the ball and weren't snapping the ball 5 years ago before they made a switch over to, left guard.
Dude, that can't be easy, like at all. Going from not having to have the ball in your hands every play to like, by the way, make sure you snap this perfectly.
And then like face right up and then have to face Jalen Carter, Hargrave, or Kenny Clark, like all these guys, like all these nose
Yeah,
tackles.
you'll have like two guys coming at you.
Well,
Like,
a big problem is like last year, everybody was like, and one of the field hating statistics is how many fumbles he had. He lost none last year, by the way, but they'll bring up how he fumbled 12 times. Like 6 of those were from like mishandled snaps from the center to him.
yeah, there was some like where like the play started and you're like, oh my fucking god, like not already. Like it's
Yeah.
already the first quarter, man. Like I don't know. Those felt like the kind of plays where like I mean everyone's rigged. Those were like the plays where I'm like, okay, this is a
We already know where this game's going.
like, this is a tank. Like that's whatever. We're gonna disregard that one.
Yeah. No, we already know where the direction the game is going when you start off with like fumbled snaps. So I'd say my biggest question mark overall, is just that interior offensive line. I think the tackles will be solid, but like for Fields, I mean, it seems like they're running every play in camp out of shotgun because they're like, dude, if we have this dude under center, he's gonna get blown up from like the second he takes a snap. So I think the weapons are looking good. Fields, this is the weekly version of me, like either being in and out on Fields. It didn't seem like, I mean, like I read reports where he's like, he's making his progressions. He's been struggling with like check downs and dink and dunk. Ironically, usually it's quarterbacks like their ceiling is they can't throw a deep ball at all. But we've seen Fields like make some pretty amazing deep throws, but like It's just middle of the field and underneath processing that needed work. So it seems like they've been hitting that heavy, which is encouraging. I don't know. I just can't wait to see his like first. I think he's only gonna be in for one series, maybe two against Tennessee. So I can't wait to see how he just runs that offense, even if it's preseason. Because I mean, like
Hopefully he plays.
he is.
He is. He is
Yeah,
confirmed.
they said he's for sure playing.
That's good.
So remember when we played the Chiefs last year, dude? Mahomes is win for one series. He takes them down the field in like 4 minutes, 10 plays, and scores and it gets off the field. So hoping to see something like that on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean the season, like it honestly cannot come fast enough. Like
we're still a month away from week 1, dude.
And it's tough because like I'm just thinking about taking my trip, going to New Orleans, seeing the Saints Titans week 1, man. Like it's gonna be something else. But Gabe, there's been a lot of memes about the Bears family day on Sunday morning. People comparing it to the Green Bay family night that had a high attendance with fireworks, people on the field, lots of cheeseheads. It's just propaganda bullshit.
No, I mean, the only people I see posting it are Packer fan accounts that are like, Bears fans don't give a shit about their team as much as Green Bay. It's like, you're right, because I don't pay fucking hundreds of dollars to be an owner of a team, which isn't even. Yeah, you know that, right? They don't have.
He's an owner of the Packers.
They don't have an owner. You pay to like get a certificate that says you're an owner.
They sold
like a shareholder.
They like sold all of the shares. PFC became an owner.
Can you still buy Packers or no?
You probably buy someone's.
Yeah, they probably can't do it anymore. I don't know, but like, you're not like an actual owner. It's a nice. I mean, nice certificate that says you're part owner.
And I mean, they might not live in Green Bay. A lot of Packers fans don't live in Green Bay, but Green Bay sucks. I don't even know where that is on the map.
Yeah, I don't know, northern Wisconsin or something like that. But point is, I mean, Green Bay's family night, it was like 7 p.m. on a Saturday. It was broadcasted. They're doing scrimmages. Bears Family Fest was 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning while Lollapalooza was going on and it's raining. Like, I'm sorry.
This literally might as well be in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, this is so far north into Wisconsin. There's no way they just live up there.
It's like Green Bay's in a hick town. Like, no wonder the entire town is going to go watch.
That is actually crazy.
Like, I'm sorry, all of Chicago. And then, so I will say the, like, devil's advocate to that is, like, dude, Philly showed out for their, like, family fest. But again, that was, like, a nighttime event.
In a populated city with, like, an enthusiastic team that just won
the NFC. Like, yeah. So, I mean, there's been a lot of people at training camp in general for the Bears, and that game week 1, even if they didn't allow sales to Packers fans, that game would be sold out.
Yeah,
with Bears fans if they.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
Yeah. So just more propaganda and trolling from Green Bay. I don't know. I want to just like split off a little bit. I talk about week 1 every week until we're gonna get to week 1, but just like looking at Loving Camp, he's gonna be that guy, dude. Like,
yeah, he looks good.
He looks good. That sucks for us. So either Fields needs to step up, or we'll get Caleb Williams to be the level above Love next year. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It sucks, dude. I think he's actually taking the torch from Aaron, and will be their guy for at least the next 5 years. I mean, he's got LaFleur, man. Like,
and they still have a good defense.
Yeah. They have a great defense. Or I don't know if I say great, good, but
would get cooked.
They like only let up like 17 points within like the last like 4 games or something last year.
Yeah,
like the grade's pretty. Yeah, like I would say great.
Yeah, no, they got Kenny Clark. Was it Gary that just came back from his ACL? They got a solid linebacking core, and then they got Jamal. Their secondary is kind of like, or not Jamal, Jair. They got Jair, but their secondary is kind of hit or miss outside of him. But like, if you got a great pass rush and like stuff underneath, you're not gonna have to worry about your like secondary getting exposed too hard unless you're like playing the Bengals or the Chiefs,
Yeah. One more topic I just kind of want to cover before we really wrap things up. I think it's the 14th at 7 p.m. I know at least me and 3 Freel will be playing the new Madden 23. We just pre-ordered that.
24
or 24. I don't even know.
I don't know why they do that. It's 24. I don't know why.
All right. we got the deluxe edition. I don't know what it entails, but honestly, I'm really excited for Madden. I mean, 3 Frill was more excited than me. He was the one who approached me. He's like, "We need to, pre-order this shit, man. What are we doing out here? Because we need to be on Madden day one." Just
Dude, I won't.
playing around with it, playing with the systems. I can't wait to run the Chargers offensive playbook once again. Oh man, like it's just things like that, man, that just really gets you going.
I like running San Fran's, but San Fran's has a good one. Play action, QB runs, all that. I'm not getting until the 18th though. I only bought the standard edition.
Yeah, standard. All right, well, but I don't know, Ben. What are you excited about in Madden this year, or looking forward to?
Just franchise mode. It's the only thing I do.
And what are you gonna do? Just win 20 Super Bowls with the Saints?
Yeah, just rebuilds.
Yeah, I mean every year they swear it's more like interactive and more diverse. You know, the experience is deeper, but I think they actually put a lot more into it, especially with like bringing relocation. They brought Create a Team back, wasn't it?
I think.
You can make a franchise now?
Yeah, you can make one now. Like they
that's
took
pretty
it away.
sad.
One thing I will always like be like, why doesn't Madden do this? Is like a tournament mode, bro. Like I don't know why you can't just load up, the playoffs instantly, put in your teams like you can in 2K. That's my only complaint. I don't ever do like the my player. But I've been seeing a lot more like on my feed. It's probably because I interacted with one post, but like wide receiver versus DB clips, that looks fun. I mean, we played a little bit of that last year, but it wasn't really like wide receiver versus DB. We would just do the 3-person team, which was yeah.
Dude, that shit is so goofy.
No, that game is good, dude, especially when like you're trying to pass from a user to a like user receiver.
Yeah,
And
that
like
gets
the throw will just be off.
So weird.
Yeah, no, it does.
As opposed to like passing to a player that you like then turn into.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a great year for Madden. I mean, people are going to complain about it, and we're probably going to have our complaints too, and have our points. We're like, this game sucks. But
yeah,
I don't know. It'll be good to have like a football game to play, good content, just gaming wise. I mean, honestly, football, I mean, we know just watching it when you get these like fourth quarter moments, comeback drives, like all this stuff, like those are the moments you want to see. And it's like in Madden, you can like just play those, being an online ranked, have like that exhilaration of that. And because lately I've been playing a lot of the show, I've been playing a lot more ranked lately. Like it's like so exhilarating. Like I was down 6-2 earlier, won the game 9-6, like went on a crazy run in the last 2 weeks. It's like Madden makes gaming moments like that where you clip stuff and you're like, holy shit, like look at this. It's just gonna be a good time.
Dude, yeah.
I haven't played Madden 23 in like probably 3
Since football
months.
season, yeah. Pretty much. The least cinematic Madden moment. So I'm looking forward to it.
The least cinematic Madden moment?
Yeah, because you're just saying how you get to come back and like throw a game-winning touchdown on the last second. Dude.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they improved or did anything to my player, because unfortunately I do enjoy playing that and going to a team and winning a Super Bowl as a quarterback. So hopefully they added literally anything to that mode this year. That's my one wish.
Let me see.
And then before we wrap up, one other thing I wanted to mention is I ordered a DeAndre Hopkins Oilers jersey. At first, I was anti-Oilers jerseys, and then after my buddy got a Derrick Henry and he sent me a picture and then FaceTime me and was like, dude, this thing's so sick. I was like, all right.
Dude, I can't wait to see that thing in person.
Another jersey I can't wait to see this year is the Seahawks throwback. They have like the light blue, which is coming back, and those uniform, like just the whole combo, I think looks gorgeous.
Kelly Green. Seahawks Kelly Green, or not Seahawks, the Eagles Kelly Green.
That one.
We're getting the creamsicles back. Who just dropped new jerseys? Besides Ayers, I feel like
the Bears changed the primary.
Bears officially changed the primary logo, so come to see if they actually do anything with it. I would like it at midfield at the very least. I mean, I like to see, but like huge Bears
A player
logo.
in the middle of the field would be sick.
I would like to see it on the helmet. And like I've seen a couple variations. So like I've seen one where it's like the polar bear, where it's like white out, but they'll have a white helmet with the bear on it. That'd be sick. So just all white. I've seen one with like kind of a modern classic where they'll do a white stripe down the middle with like orange border and then, you know, navy blue with the bear. Then I've just seen like pretty much the classic helmet with the bear on it instead. I like that one the best, I'd say, but no, dude. I hope they do something with it on the uniforms, but apparently George McCaskey, the owner, isn't a fan of it. Dude probably wants to stick to the C.
He's old.
He is old, yeah. So,
Well, I think that was I really enjoyed this podcast, to be honest. I feel like we got into some like deep football talk. I feel like I just hit like a certain zen during all this. Like it's just good to have football back. It was good to have it on TV tonight. There's just the three of us, but Gavin will be back. We'll try to get more guests on soon before the season really starts. We'll have more content coming soon, more pods, predictions, whatnot, takes. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. If you got this far into the video, leave a comment about who is going to lead in home runs by the end of the MLB season. And make sure to pre-order Madden 24 so you can play us day one. No sponsor.
Yeah. No sponsor. Not yet. Thanks for tuning in.